Welcome back, everyone, to the OS World Cup 2019. I am this one guy, soon to be joined by none other than Bubble Man, to bring you the next set of matches, starting off with an excellent matchup in the winners bracket, round of 16, featuring Taiwan and the Netherlands. Both these teams hot off solid performances in the round of 32. So we've got a good one on our hands as Bubble Man makes his way into the channel. Hello, Bubble Man. How are you doing today?
Hello. I'm doing alright. I've got my coffee. I'm under my electric blanket because my room is absolutely freezing. Ready to have a good cast.
That is good to hear. I was saying we've got a very solid matchup to start things off on our hands here with Taiwan and Netherlands. What are your thoughts on these teams coming into this match?
It's definitely an interesting matchup in that I think both teams are known to be underranked. They're known to perform sort of higher than what you would expect of a team at their rank. So there's two very skilled teams that might not know as much about each other as they think. They might be hiding things, they might be keeping their skills back, they're not showing anything.
I think you have kind of an interesting matchup on paper here where, it's like you said, it's teams that are always, I think, very strong on paper, and Netherlands has traditionally punched way above their weight class as far as their rank versus their performance goes. So this should be a fun one. And of course, on a new pool this week, you as a player, intimately familiar with map pools and tournaments. What are your thoughts on this one and how it may favor either of these teams?
This pool is, I would say, a little bit more consistency favored. I'm not entirely confident in saying that it's a completely different playing field. You've got exactly the same components there of the pool, but past that, it's I suppose just a harder pool on the same sort of skill set. Interested to see how the teams are going to fare.
And it looks like we are already getting into our first warm-up, so we should probably introduce the teams here at least briefly. So on the left side is going to be Team Taiwan. It's going to be captained by Sheena Noriko, joined by GFMRT, Snowy, Shield, Riser, the return of Rucker to the OWC scene, and Flask. On the right, Netherlands, made up of Captain, I believe, Vivelium? No, that could be wrong. Who's the captain?
I'm pretty sure it's Vivelium.
Okay, joined by Skyrovania, formerly known as Phalanx, Jackie Lamb, Taku, Sunui, Lily, Drary, and Damn Jelly. Now, I think GFMRT for Taiwan has been a player to look out for, as well as Riser. Any thoughts on the matter there for that side?
I'm still on the lookout for Flask. Because Euclid Hard Rock FC pulled out in warm-ups last week was insane to watch. If he can pull that sort of performance consistently on every map pool pretty much, then it's definitely a super carry for the Taiwan side.
And then Netherlands, of course, much the same roster as we've seen in the past couple years, with the additions of Sunui and Drary, which I believe Sunui has some availability issues from what I recall of him on Saturdays, so I don't know if we'll be seeing him today. But do you know much about Drary, their new member, or any thoughts on any of the returning members?
Drary was in for the Hidden last week, so I would guess that's his skill set. The rest of the team sort of round each other out pretty well. I think he's there to fill the hidden hole.
And that's always an interesting one, kind of more niche skill sets, I guess, like Goe are hidden and such, I feel a little bit hit or miss. You have teams that are very, very strong on them and teams that are very, very weak on them, so having somebody who can come in and fill that kind of gap can be very useful if you want to avoid having to ban something, because you can actually put together a roster for it now.
It's interesting as well, looking at his top ranks, they're very varied. There's hidden double time, hard rock double time, no mod, hidden. He has pretty much every mod in his top 50, maybe top 20 at least.
Yeah, trying to keep himself a very well-rounded player for sure as we take a look. Yeah, got some DT, got some hard rock, so well, all around. Always good to have a fill player if needed as well, you know, somebody that can go in for really any map, any mod. So we went through the first warm-up. We're on to a Noah mapped warm-up for the Netherlands, who is, of course, not on the team this year. Has been in the past, is missing from the roster in 2019, so a little sad to see him go, along with stalwarts like Amnesia and Gladiol. But definitely adequate replacements, I think, this year to fill their shoes. This is going to be, probably, if I know Noah, this will be like CS7 AR5, right?
Yeah,
we're gonna. That feels like kind of his thing.
We're gonna watch pretty much exactly the same warm up as the Taiwanese side picked. That was something like CS6. Very chill song.
Yeah, this is like just like some nice background music for you know, when you like go out to dinner and there's like a live music at the upscale restaurant playing in the background. Kind of that feel to it. It's interesting you see Taiwan picking a small circle warm up when they actually are like a super strong hard rock team to begin with.
I did see a few of their members playing hidden though. It was maybe a warm up for the AR8 CS5 hidden pick, the lower CS this week. Smaller circles. A lot easier to just misplace your cursor, just misread where the note is.
Yeah, I mean, we have a, what, CS5 no mod, a CS5 hidden, CS 5.6, and a CS 6.5 hard rock, as well as a CS 4.2 free mod, so definitely some smaller circles, kind of overall. It'll be interesting to see. I guess we had some small circles last week too, but they went a little bit deeper into that rabbit hole this week in the pool. Okay, I feel like I've seen this map, at least background, before. Noah might have put it in a Discord server somewhere. So it should be fun. Of course, we do have the new skin this week, which we'll have to see how that looks.
What do you think of it so far?
So I personally am not entirely sold on the giant white circles in the for the hit circles, but it's a very, like, the clarity is definitely there, and I like the new mod icons as well. And having the score in the center is kind of an interesting change. That one I'm neither positive nor negative on.
It's just in a more central place, easier to see, easier to tell whose score it is, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the inclusion of hit 300s has been kind of a bone of contention in the past, where it was there for several years and then it got removed and now it's back, but in kind of a more in kind of a less noticeable fashion, where they're very light and they disappear very quickly. So if you're going to have them, I think this is a good implementation.
I don't mind them being non-intrusive.
With this being, you know, kind of the first tournament, probably a lot of players are going to be seeing, I think, having those there, because they're going to be, newer players are going to be used to seeing 300s in a default skin. It's not terrible by any means.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing them. They're not distracting. They're there if you want to look for them, but if you don't want to notice them, then they're very easy to tune out.
And that's going to be going through our second warm-up, so we will get into our roles for our picks and bans here. Now,
no misses for 6 players.
Oh, really? It's just a bunch of A ranks? Yeah, sliders will do that, huh? I was gonna say, we've seen 2 matches so far today, with 4 unique bans thus far. So I'm curious to see if that trend continues. We get some more new bans in this matchup, or if somebody decides to replicate one of the previous ones. I don't know what to expect entirely in that regard from these guys. Any thoughts?
Looking at them, looking at their performances, I'm really not sure what is going to get banned. I think the DT pool is harder this week, just as a byproduct of it. If it's seeming easier, it just seems a lot harder. There's a lot less FCs, I think, are going to be seen on double times. So in that regard, might not be worth the ban, might be worth the ban. It depends on how confident you are.
Now, do you think with Netherlands banning a Hard Rock pick last week and Taiwan being a strong Hard Rock team, do you think they ban the CS 6.5 Hard Rock this week? Do you think they get rid of Vajra?
That one's an interesting pick as well, because there's a couple of very noticeable difficulty spikes within it. It depends on how the Netherlands are feeling about Taiwan hitting them, really. If they feel like they can hit them, keep their combos. I mean, we saw two 82-84% accuracy FCs on Hidden 1 last week from the Netherlands, so they can hit notes. Was it Hidden 1? I'm feeling like it's Hidden 1.
Yeah, I believe so. They played both Hiddens last week, but I believe it was Hidden 1 that they had the LOAC FCs on.
By the way, they know they can hit notes. So it depends on how consistent they're feeling, how well they feel they can hit the smaller circles, the higher approach rate.
So let's see, it looks like we're going to have Taiwan choosing to ban second, Netherlands choosing to pick first. So we will get the first pick and ban from Team Netherlands. So we will get to find out about that ban choice here probably pretty shortly, what direction they want to go in. And we've seen the low AR hidden band. Yeah, and there's going to be the hidden ban. Okay. So that hidden one is Kanade Shadrin Remix. It's Shinsekai New World. I'm looking at the wrong mod pool. Shinsekai New World, map by Jonathan LFJ, gonna be removed. And like we said, the Taiwan seemed to be favoring Hard Rock, but Netherlands wanted to get rid of the hidden pick immediately.
I mean, we did see a couple of good plays on the hidden pick last week from Taiwan. I think looking at it, there was 2 full combos on it.
For those playing along at home, that is our 5th out of 5 unique bans thus far in the round of 16. So let's see if Taiwan makes it 6. Just for fun.
What were the other 4? Out of curiosity.
So Germany banned hidden number 2. Quinine. China banned Kitsune no Yomeri from the DT pool. Denmark banned Spring of Dreams from the DT pool. And Singapore banned Vajra from the Hard Rock pool.
That's interesting. So, I suppose might be telling of their skill sets. Looking at the Netherlands, it might be a skill set issue with finger control. Might be the lower speed into the 1/6 bursts that happen every so often. Maybe feeling not too confident on that, but it also might be a target ban towards Taiwan, saying, "Hey, you're good at this. We're not that good at this. Maybe we don't feel confident, so we don't want to play against you."
I like that. You're good at this, and we're kind of not as good at this. let's just push it to the side here, and nobody will look over in that shadowy corner. Interesting to see no mod bans yet, so hopefully maybe get to see some no mod picks. That's always fun. A lot of variety in the no mod pool. It looks like
taking their time.
Taiwan taking their time, yeah. Which I think ref's gonna notice. Gonna put them on a little timer here, saying, "Sheena, get a ban in, my dude." Might be having trouble deciding. It's going to be another DT ban, so it is going to be the first repeated ban so far. That's going to be Kitsune no Yomeri. It's the longest DT pick.
Interesting as well, because DT1 last week, Spring of Fortune, was one of the more standard picks, and I think Kitsune no Yomiuri is similar in some regards, whereas Spring of Dreams has a good amount of finger control in it. Kitsune has just bursts, jumps. It's a lot more standard than it would appear, being the replacement for last week's DT3.
We're going to get the first pick in. It is going to be that aforementioned DT number 1 coming out as the first pick from the Netherlands. So that is going to be Spring of Dreams, as you just were talking about. Will be our first pick of this match, which is the highest star rating of the DTs, 6.39 stars. The shortest as well at just 1 minute 59 seconds. Lowest BPM, 229 BPM. So, what do you make? You think Netherlands comfy leaning into the skill set of that particular pick then?
It might be that. It might be. Something I noticed when I was compiling my notes on Taiwan was that the first 3 maps for them, or the first 2 maps for them, nobody FC'd anything. It was 2 600k, 700k-ish average, but no FCs. And then they ramped it up into 1 FC for their 3rd and 4th maps. So possibly a team that's slow to get settled, slow to start. Maybe the Netherlands have noticed that and have gone and picked the map, or the map slot that was last picked in the Taiwan match, and they got 3 FCs on. Possibly an early ditch to try and knock them off balance. Maybe they're confident on this. If they lose, it's gonna knock.
It's hard to say for me because I don't know that I historically think of the Netherlands as kind of a DT team in general, but they are a team that's typically very well-rounded, so it doesn't surprise me to see them, able to pick from really any mod pool. And, it's a little Euro beat to start off the match never hurt anything either. Looks like our rosters are getting set here. We've got Riser, Shield, and Snowy, with 4th to be determined for Taiwan. Another one's quickly set with Vivelium, Jackie Lam, Taku, and Skyrovania, which is a super cool username. As I said before, it used to be known as Phalanx, I think it went from Skyrovania to Phalanx, then back to Skyrovania, which is a pretty neat name, if you ask me. We'll see who Taiwan decides as their 4th for the DT pick here. I think we expect to probably see a lot of Riser. He seems like the type that is able to play just about anything. GFMRC
Riser, I think,
and Snowy
was in for every map last match. So definitely a staple for Taiwan.
It's going to be Zane as their 4th. So, looks like the rosters should be set there. Zane is another pretty rounded player. We've seen him play really every mod, so another guy that can fill everything at a very high level. And we're underway here with our first map of the match. Taiwan versus Netherlands. Netherlands' first pick from the DT pool getting underway. And a little bit of lag here at the beginning as the client gets settled in. But it will be Taiwan with a small early accuracy advantage. Jackie Lam falling down and Vivelium finding an early break, while Taiwan is able to maintain a little bit more combo with Snowy finding a break in about the first 50 notes. Gonna take Taiwan out to a small early lead. And this map is pretty short, so you want to avoid those breaks. Avoid those act drops as best you can. Jackie Lam trying to recover, has gotten back up to 94, but still hitting a fair number of hundreds. we'll see where the next break. It is going to be Jackie Lamb finding a miss, but Zane matching him. So Taiwan going to keep that advantage, but it is very, very slim. So you see 3 FCs, or 2 FCs and a near FC, but Riser and Zane matching breaks. That's going to give the lead way over to Netherlands quickly. Vivelium, Taku, and Skyrovania all keeping their combos alive. The latter two with FCs still on the board. Vivelium broke at the very beginning. Taiwan with their work cut out for them now, as Netherlands is going to pull pretty far ahead. This is going to be the biggest lead we've seen in the map here as we come into the last third. This appears to have been a pretty good first pick here from the Netherlands, as Taiwan loses another combo with Snowy breaking. Netherlands looking very comfortable on this one, despite the late break here from Taku. They do still have Skyrovania and Vivelium on those long combos. And that's a lot of breaks. That is Shield, Zane, Snowy, and Jackie Lamb all breaking together. But we're coming up to the end, so it's going to make not a bit of difference, as Netherlands are going to comfortably take the first pick over Taiwan and a 1-0 lead. And that is exactly what you want to get out of your first pick. Just the breaks at the end for Skyrovania. Vivelium with the S rank of his own. Nobody on the side of Taiwan able to go over a 900 combo. So, worked out for the Netherlands there.
I think that's pretty much what I expected to see. The Taiwan side starting off slow. No FCs again. Although no FCs on the board, but Netherlands just outplaying them. Saw some good combos, but I mean, I think the early game nerves might be what's doing them in.
And I mean, not like, not a huge difference in terms of anything like accuracy or anything. You saw, Jackie Lamb a bit lower in accuracy. You saw Zane a little bit lower in accuracy for Taiwan, but just those couple of poorly timed misses, basically. But that was, of course, Netherlands' first pick, so you would expect it to be one that they're incredibly confident in. Hopefully, for Taiwan's sake, they will be able to have the same sort of luck. Any expectations maybe for a first pick if you were Taiwan here, what you might go with?
I'm not 100% sure. Interestingly, the only pick that these two teams shared was the DT1.
I think they had 2. I believe they had hidden in a DT that were shared last week.
Oh no, you are right. The other one was banned, however.
Yeah, they don't have a lot in common, so it's kind of hard to look at overlapping performances.
What is easy to look at is performances on individual maps. There's a lot of 600, 700k averages on the board. It looks like really the modification for Taiwan to target might be the AR8, as you mentioned earlier. Noah not being here. They do go for No Mod 2 instead. Electing to take streams. They were the one to pick this in their last match, I think. For Ultra players, they got a 600k average on it. Netherlands didn't play it.
I know Netherlands has some players who are pretty comfy with streams, but Taiwan clearly feeling better with that particular skill set here, as it looks like they're going to be switching out just about their entire roster here.
Well, if you look at their roster, they've got Riser, Flask, Zane. Zane is a very high accuracy stream player. Lots of players that can be confident on this. And if they know they can FC this, at least 2 people are gonna get a high combo.
We're gonna see Riser coming in, joining Shina Noriko. We wait for 2 more. Gonna be Shield coming in. Slowly but surely, Taiwan filters players into the lobby. Snowy as their potential 4th and final for this particular map. Netherlands looks like going to be sticking it out here with Vivelium, Lily, Taku, and Skyrovania. So just the one change. Gonna be Lily coming in to replace Jackie Lamb.
Of course, we got stream players on either side. It's a Cherry Blossom stream map.
And it
Not
is underway.
100% standard. Look out for a lot of the curves in these streams being a little bit irregular. There's nothing standard. There's no standard shapes, I don't think, in Cherry Blossom stream maps. Most of the streams look like they're hand-placed.
This is hopefully for these guys a relatively comfy BPM as we get into it here. You know, 186, nothing too crazy fast. But as you said, definitely not going to be the bog standard stream kind of designs, as it were. Makes the aim component of the streams a little bit trickier at times, but we see all 8 players making it through the first longer stream pretty comfortably, with several SSs still on the board. Riser, Shield, Vivelium, and Lily all yet to hit a 100.
I suppose an interesting thing about the 300s in skins is that you get to follow them through the stream. You get to watch their cursor placement. You can almost see a miss as it's about to happen.
Which is yet to occur here, as we still have 8 FCs on the board through the first 450 combo. Players looking pretty comfortable with this pick. Where are we going to see somebody blink is going to be the question. It is yet to happen. Still the SS on the board for Riser. Incredible accuracy player. The first break is going to come from Vivelium over on the Netherlands side, so that is now 4 FCs to 3 in favor of Taiwan. We will see if they can make that advantage stick into
Cherry Blossom has a penchant for doing gradual increase in difficulty over the map. We're getting into the hard section now. Might see a lot of drops here.
And that is going to be still 7 players FCing, so the breaks are going to come. We're getting into the last quarter of the map here. They've got to come soon here. Taiwan still with that 4-way FC. This is impressive performance across the board. Everybody just refusing to break. The only miss, that one in the middle from Vivelium, and it looks like that may decide the entire map.
I think it was a slider break even.
And there's going to be a break from Lily.
Taku, Netherlands slide falls apart at the end.
But that is a 4-way FC from Taiwan on their first pick on the Cherry Blossom stream map. Taiwan says, we are going to quad FC this map, and we're going to win it by 500k. And that is impressive accuracy from all 4 members. That is about as good of a performance as you are going to see. There's hardly anything you can even say about that. I mean, 2 players going over 1 million points due to their high accuracy, plus the spinners at the end there. Nobody under 99%. 2 slider ends dropped between the 4 of them.
I think possibly in terms of saying things about that, I think we're looking at the wrong side. I think we should be looking at the Netherlands and how they sort of crumbled at the end in the last 100 or so combo. They just dropped their focus. They just couldn't keep it together. Possibly knowing that all 4 members of Taiwan were FCing, but even if they didn't, that's possibly worrying. If they run into that sort of situation again, we could be seeing them barely in the lead with 2 FCs to 1 maybe, and then just a small focus drop could cost them a point. They decide to go into DT2, 10.3.
Yeah, quick second DT pick, and that's going to, of course, exhaust the DT pool now, as we have an incorrect map ID. It looks like
we're going back to the 7K World Cup.
I'm not sure. I think this is the right song. It's the wrong thing at the wrong map card at the bottom right. This is the right song though, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Thank you, Juan, for the clarification.
This is just the map card.
Yeah, so incorrect map card at the bottom right of your screen. This is indeed double time number 2, Halloween of the Dead, the Gamu map that you're hearing. So, to give a little info, of course, this one is close to the two longer DTs are about the same length, 2 minutes 40 seconds, 250 BPM. Of course, the biggest factor being the AR 10.3, which is an important skill set to have, and we'll see if Netherlands here with their second DT pick in a row can find success in that mod pool once again, as they only make the one change, going back to Jackie Lamb from Lily. Taiwan going to have a couple of changes.
You can see in the intro a lot of 3-note linear patterns. Common theme in this map, as well as a lot of awkward angles. It's not a standard jump map, this one. A few misses already on the intro.
I say it is claiming victims early on here. Riser, GFMRT, and Skyrovania all missing in the intro, which I've actually been notified that I am mispronouncing. Did you know this? It's supposed to, apparently, supposed to be pronounced like something along the lines of Reezer? Do you know anything about this? Because I'm a little confused now.
No, I've never heard that before. Reezer. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to hear confirmation from the man himself. We do see a break from Jackie Lamb, though, on the Netherlands side. It's going to be matched with a break from Zane. Skyrovania finding another break.
Where's Evrian when you need him?
Right. This is quite a few misses occurring on this map as Skyrovania falls once again. The lead is shrinking rapidly. Taiwan should be able to take the lead here if they can keep their 3 longer combos alive. Vivelium and Taku doing what they can for the Netherlands, but Snowy and GFMRT, as well as Riser, something along those lines.
I'm gonna continue calling him Riser until I hear otherwise.
Yeah, I am too. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm actually just getting trolled. So those 3 combos for Taiwan, keeping them in the lead by about 10,000 points is all. We'll see if everybody can hold on in the last third of the map. Some more of those tricky little 3-note linear patterns that you mentioned from the intro. Nobody tripping up this time around. And you kind of clench, you know, it's like you have all these long combos and any one miss can determine the outcome of the map very quickly. Everybody keeping combos alive. You have 5 combos over 1,000 here.
It's just a case of waiting. You have to. There's nothing we can really do apart from talk about how the map goes and then talk about where people are missing. And when nobody's missing, it's just a case of wait. We can't. We do see a miss.
Jackie Lamb. That is a break for the Netherlands, and that is going to extend out that lead for Taiwan. But Snowy finds, I believe, a slider break on that quick buzz slider. So it's going to be a match. Riser breaking as well. Is there still time, though? I don't know if there's enough time for Netherlands to find a last-second comeback here, and there is not. So that is going to be our first break point of the match. Taiwan taking this one by only 14,000 points, backed by the over 1 million score, 1 miss from Snowy, the S rank from GFMRT with the FC. A little bit lower accuracy, but doing his part.
It was, interestingly enough, only 1 FC on Vivelium. Haku missed on the intro, and I think GFMRT at the end.
Oh, it was, yeah, it was a slider break. So, as you said, just the 1 FC from Vivelium. Taku 10 combo off, but just slightly ill-timed breaks from Jackie Lamb and Skyrovania, and Taiwan able to keep the combos up a little bit longer when it counted. That will propel them into the lead here with that break point 2-1 with their own pick to come. They can look to really open this match up here if they are successful on their next selection, so they're going to surely be very careful and pick something that they feel highly confident on with their next selection.
They could also, they've got their break point, they could also just throw a complete curveball and go for something that maybe they're not as confident on, but they know they're in a good position. If they know that they can take the tiebreaker, if they feel confident in getting at least 2 full combos, maybe 3, they can keep that performance in the back. of their minds and say, yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as we get a tiebreaker, we win.
They do still have the low AR hidden, as well as Hard Rock pick. It's going to be Hard Rock #1. So now I'm going to say Kanade Shadran Remix mapped by FCL and actually be correct about it. This is the second highest star rating pick in the pool, not counting the tiebreaker, at 6.41 stars. Bog standard 180 BPM, slightly smaller circles, CS 5.6, and this has that kind of DNB feel to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a few tricky sections. There's a few tricky patterns of a circle in between two sliders, but the spacing is large enough so that you can't really just flow into the next slider. You have to make sure you aim that circle before you hit the next slide ahead. That's where I think we're going to see a lot of the misses. Try and point them out as they come up, mostly in the chorus. Otherwise, very standard, lots of aim, lots of streams. Big accuracy test on a relatively standard drum and bass map.
This is, I think, kind of what you expect from FCL mapping. It's definitely, it's kind of that varied consistency where you see, as you mentioned, you see some aim, you see some bursts. It's actually a pretty nice song as well. Anime DNB remix, who doesn't love that, right? More anime in my OWC pools.
We love anime!
So it does look like we're going to be seeing Vivelium, Taku, and Skyrovania joined for the first time by Damn Jelly, making his appearance in this match. On the Taiwan side, Flask, Riser, GFMRT, and a fourth to be determined. Gonna be Snowy, looks like, who has been kind of a revelation to me in this OWC. I really was not all that familiar with him coming into this tournament, but he has been playing quite a bit and performing quite well. He is the only new addition to their roster for 2019 from last year. Or who hasn't, I don't know, he hasn't played OWC before. I don't believe Rucker was on their roster last year either, but he's new completely to OWC as far as I'm aware. Looks like we are set to get going here. Map number 4, Taiwan's second pick of this match, and they will look to consolidate their break point for a 3-1 advantage. Netherlands would like to have something to say about that, though.
Interesting contrast between the two teams, where the Netherlands sticks with 3 players for every map and just switches out their 4th. They know they've got a core of 3 consistent players. In Taiwan, they know who's good at what map, and they swap out as much as they can, get the best roster that they can.
And we do see an early drop from Skyrovania on that slightly angled stream. It has a tricky little break in the middle of it, and he looks to have just slightly misaimed there. So that is going to be the early lead to Taiwan. Less than 200 combo in, so unlikely to have an effect on the final result, but you don't want to see breaks early on. So we do see some of those aim patterns coming in.
Snowy.
I was just talking you up, Snowy. Come on, man. What are you doing to me? Shield finding a break as well as Vivelium, so both teams already down 2 of their FCs. Does give combo advantage ever so slightly over to the Netherlands, but it's quite close still. Riser Flask FCing versus Damn Jelly and Taku. And this is a very small lead that is shrinking. But
that it is shrinking.
But slowly, there it goes. We do see the lead flip. Oh my goodness, that is an ill-timed slider break for Taku. You hate to see it. as the lead goes right back over to Taiwan. That was one of those two FCs still alive for the Netherlands. Those slowdowns can get you, man. Now Taiwan will try to run away with this one as Skyrovania finds a break as well. There is not a lot of combo left for the Netherlands now, but Snowy and Shield both breaking. However, Riser and Flask, the two FCs for Taiwan, still alive until Flask breaks too. But Vivelium and Skyrovania both finding breaks, as well as Taku for Netherlands. As you kind of pointed out before, Netherlands having trouble in the late stages of some of these picks, where they just lose their consistency a little bit, and it allows Taiwan to jump out into a big lead.
And I think with that combo break on Damn Jelly, I was about to say, there's not quite enough time. Even if Riser breaks now, it won't quite be enough for Netherlands to take the lead back.
And this is going to be Riser doing Riser things, the lone FC in the map, but it's going to be more than enough as Taiwan takes a 300,000 point win. They consolidate that break point for a 3-1 lead, now just 2 points away from advancing to the quarterfinals here. But we will see another pick coming up from the Netherlands as they try to right the ship.
And now, what do? They're out of DT picks. That seemed to be their staple go-to confidence pick, comfort pick. We're gonna win this pick. And then they lost one of them and lost a break point. So where to next?
You know, we've still got 4 nomads in play, which do spread across a pretty wide array of skill sets. And it looks like... Oh, it was a free mod pick that was a little bit covered up there. I didn't even see. So it's going to be free mod number 1. That's going to be a bunch of samples played consecutively as the pick here from the Netherlands. Of course, as a reminder, the new free mod rules require 1 hidden only and 1 hard rock or hidden hard rock at a minimum to cover the mod's requirement for free mod picks. So we'll see what the teams decide to run on their mods. And this is one that it's a cool song.
I love this song so much. It's one of my favorite offerings from this artist.
We've seen this one a little bit around the community tournament scene once or twice in other tournaments as well. It's a little bit higher BPM. I believe this is the highest non-DT BPM pick in the entire pool. It's 215 BPM. So as you said, you know, Netherlands out of DT picks, they say, well, we're just going to go to the next highest BPM we can find, and it's going to be the first of the 2 free mods.
What do you think about mods? Are we going to see over mods? Are we going to see bare minimum 1 hard rock, 1 hidden, 2 no mods? Are we going to see a hidden hard rock and a hidden?
You know, I don't have a great feel for whether people have trouble reading this to the point where, you know, having multiple hiddens would be difficult, or having extra hard rocks would be a benefit. I think the easiest prediction to make is to say there's going to be 1 hidden and 1 hard rock for each team. But you do have guys like Riser on the Taiwan side who are known HDHR players, so you could see an overmod from somebody like that for sure.
It's tough to call as well. Do you try for the extra points, or do you try for the high accuracy no mod FC? Because this is OD8. Timing windows are large.
You know, and seeing free mod picks over the past week, I think more often we saw minimum mod coverage. There were a couple of oddballs where there were a few over mods, but not, I don't think that was the majority. And I think as the pools continue to progress in difficulty, I think we'll see that even less. You know, like I said, unless it's a specific player or a specific map that lends itself to overmod, where, you know, it's something that you feel maybe more comfortable with hard rock than no mod. Otherwise, I think we'll probably see plenty of teams just running 1 HD and then 1 hard rock or hidden hard rock, and then that's it. As we see the teams deciding on their players here. We've got Vivelium, Jackie Lamb, Lily, and Skyrovania looks to be set for the Netherlands. Flask, Shield, Riser, and GFMRT. So kind of 4 of those core members of Taiwan. Really, it's felt like they're using everyone, as you said before the last map, giving everyone their chance on the maps that they feel most comfortable with. This is a pretty big one here. Taiwan with the opportunity to go ahead 4-1. Netherlands looking to avoid losing another pick in a row. They start off 1-0, lost the next 3. And
Taiwan's turn to get the free mod rule wrong. We saw, I think, Japan messing it up last week.
Yeah, players trying to explain this rule. As I said, you know, it's one hidden only. That is a hard requirement. You must have only hidden on one of your players to kind of emphasize that free mod skill spread requirement. The other mod can be hard rock or hidden with hard rock to get the hard rock requirement, but of course the feeling being hidden only, much more difficult on many picks, so we're going to require somebody to go that way.
I think almost proved by the fact that they don't want to hidden this. They want that the easier reaction from hard rock. The visible notes maybe. Hidden on linear maps like this, really tough.
Oh my goodness, it is going to be Rucker making his first appearance in this match. He looks to be coming in as their hidden player. That's, and Rucker, of course, just a name that people remember from years and years of OSU tournaments. He's been around the scene for about as long as you can, and he is going to be coming in as the hidden. And so it looks like it's a little hard to tell with these icons. It looks like we are going to see Riser hidden hard rock. And I believe is that Shield with I need somebody to like clarify on this, because I actually in this screen really can't identify the mods very well.
Shield I think is on hard rock only. And on the other side we got Jackie Lamb on hidden, Skyrovania on hard rock, and the other 2 taking no mods, so they're taking bare minimum. And I suppose Taiwan taking bare minimum as well, except with the addition of the hidden on Riser.
Oh,
and the hard rock
so
on Shield.
So Rucker has hidden only with no fail, so that's why he only had 1 icon.
It was a very quick swap.
Yeah, they had kind of a last-second decision there. So we did see the early break from Shield as we were discussing the mods, so it is going to be 4 FCs to 3 in favor of the Netherlands.
Ooh, and
Rucker finding
burst.
Ooh. So just 2 FCs left now. Flask and Riser still FCing. Riser with the HDHR FC still alive. We'll see if that overmod ends up mattering in the end with only 2 FCs left for Taiwan. Netherlands going strong here. 4 FCs. They'll be taking a pretty decently sized lead here. It'll work its way up to 100,000 points. Not the longest of maps, under 3 minutes. Almost about halfway through already. That's going to be the first break for the Netherlands. And Shield is not that far behind in terms of combo. Only about 80 behind Flask and Riser. So definitely room for a comeback here for Taiwan. That linear single tap pattern is going to claim a victim in Skyrovania, but Rucker matching his break on the Taiwan side.
But it won't quite be matching the break. That's an FC drop. That's 2 FCs and 1 high combo on the Taiwan side. They take the lead.
This is going to end up coming down to the last quarter of the map once again. Netherlands hoping to avoid some of their late map struggles like they have in the previous couple of picks. It's going to be very important that Vivelium and Lily keep those FCs going in the last moments here. Don't want to see them kind of falling apart again, but there's going to be a break from Jackie Lamb for Netherlands. That's going to extend the lead out for Taiwan. The 2 FCs still alive as Shield. That's one of the long combos now gone. Flask and Riser, though, still maintaining their FCs. Vivelium, Lily still maintaining their FCs. So this is pretty matched across the board now. Netherlands are going to have to hope for a last second falling apart, and it's just not going to be enough at this point to matter. It's going to be Taiwan as the map comes to an end, taking another break point, running it out to 4-1. That's going to be several match points in favor of Taiwan. Double FC from Flask and Riser, 99.48% from Riser. Hidden Hard Rock FC, an amazing performance from him there.
Very high accuracy on shield as well, an unfortunate break for him. Veli and Lily on the no mod. They do manage to lock out their FC, so the Netherlands not finding those struggles. It's just the other two players, the modded players. Of course, on free mod, it's necessary. Unfortunately, they're the ones to fall victim.
Yeah, I mean, you see, you have an HDHR FC and a Nomad FC versus two Nomad FCs. That HDHR score, not insignificant, and that big combo and great performance from Shield kind of put him over the top. And that's going to be, as we said, Taiwan, match points in their favor now, with their own pick to come, looking to close this one out 5-1 if they can be successful with their next selection. Netherlands backs against the wall. See if they can figure something out. They've been unable to kind of breach the armor of Taiwan on their picks. Now would be a good time if you're gonna find a break point. If you're the Netherlands, now would be the time.
What would you choose if you're Taiwan to lock this out? You see the hidden one ban from the Netherlands, and you see Senkyo Ranbu that's still in the pool.
Yeah,
still available.
It depends on how good their finger control is feeling today, but I think Senkyo Rambu would not be a bad idea. Quinine would be a potential pick if you want to kind of go the low AR route. Or have we seen? I mean, we still have Vajra. Okay, but it's going to be that low AR hidden. It's going to be Quinine hidden number 2, AR8 hidden. So if it was going to be one of those two, it was going to be the latter. Another hidden. Our first actually hidden pick, as we did see the other hidden band away. Taiwan feeling good about their low approach rate prowess here.
Ruka back in. He's warm on hidden. We've seen him playing.
It's another pretty short pick, minute 46. CS5 AR8, normally the denizen of the free mod pool, but here it's in the hidden pool. And we will see how Taiwan looks on the hidden only as we see Riser going out. Rucker, Flask, Shina Noriko, GFMRT. Shina Noriko, I think my player to watch on this map. He is an incredibly strong hidden player. As well as you mentioned, Rucker. Netherlands gonna decide on their picks to play what could be the last map for them in the winner's bracket here. Not the strongest necessarily hidden team. We talked about their low accuracy on hidden last week, their somewhat poor performance on AR8 hidden. They didn't do the greatest on hidden in qualifiers either, so if they were going to figure out what to do for hidden picks, it's got to be quick here.
Yeah, the Netherlands fighting against at least another 2 Taiwanese picks if they want to get to tiebreaker.
This
One
is
of their own as well.
This is such a tough position to be in if you're the Netherlands. I mean, yeah, there's kind of nothing left to lose at this point. You can just go out and try to play your best because it's 4-1 down. Nobody's expecting, I don't think, a comeback here, but like you said, they'd have to win 2 break points and a pick of their own to go to tiebreaker, and they really haven't come close on Taiwan's picks so far. So we're going to get into this one. It's going to be Vivelium, Lilily, Jackie-Lam, and Taku as the 4 from the Netherlands as they try to stay alive in this match.
Interestingly, I think this one is going to come down to accuracy. There's an aim requirement in this, but it's not overly difficult. It might just be the accuracy on the Netherlands side. Shina Noriko finding the first break.
Had to be the player that I mentioned before the map started, right?
Yeah, just
the first miss. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry,
Stop
Sheena.
complimenting people.
Yeah, right? Not allowed. Memo to self, if I ever commentate a UK match, just compliment Bubbleman.
Yeah, please do.
I feel like you're immune to commentator curse at this point, though.
Oh, no, I'm not. I really am not.
That is going to be the early advantage from Netherlands, but Vivelium will find a break. One of their 4 FCs gone. Combo lead goes over to Taiwan, and they will take the score lead with it. As they do have the accuracy with Netherlands suffering from some suspect accuracy here. Taku finding the second break for the Netherlands. Sheena breaking once again, but as well as GFMRT, excuse me. Vivelium Lily, though. This is break city here for many players. Rucker and Flask, the 2 FCs for Taiwan. Rucker's gone. So it's Flask versus Jackie Lamb, the only 2 FCs left out of all 8 players.
And it's a 99 versus a 91.
Yeah.
90, not 91 anymore.
Yeah, so remember how we talked about Netherlands having players at 85% AC FCs on the hidden last week? I think we're seeing that running back, and I forget this map's so short. It's already over. That is going to be Taiwan. That is going to be Taiwan with Flask's full combo, perfect combo, FC leading the way to a 300,000 point victory. And Taiwan will move on. That's going to be a 5-1 victory over the Netherlands. Feels a little bit anticlimactic with an Air 8 hidden. That's a very kind of low-key map being the one to close it out. But they will be your victors. Team Taiwan advancing to the quarterfinals now, where they will face, well, they'll face you guys, or they'll face the Hong Kong team. It's either going to be the UK or Hong Kong next week.
I think we all know who it's going to be. Hong Kong. It's going to be an interest. No, it's going to be a good match, I think, between us two. We will see.
And these have been some pretty definitive wins so far today. We have 2 5-1s now and a 5-2 in our first 3 matches. Taiwan looking very, very strong against the Netherlands in that match. They did not really show much in the way of weakness. I mean, they went 1-1 on DT picks, which was kind of where we thought Netherlands might find a chance, but Taiwan managed to win the first break point on that DT and then move on from there. Netherlands, for their part, they're going to fall down to the losers bracket. They will face, let me take a look here, they're going to face the winner of our next match, which is going to be coming up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so they're gonna know their opponent pretty soon here. It's going to be the winner of the Czech Republic versus Italy.
Match is going to come along in about 2 minutes' time. Enough time to take a quick break. Stand up, go do what you need to do. Get some water, come back. Get ready for what I think is going to be quite a good match. We saw some good performances from both teams in the last round. Italy unfortunately ran up against Indonesia, nearly took it from them, nearly took them to tiebreaker. Czech Republic, though, against the brick wall that was Canada, they were second on percent average last round.
I think this is kind of low-key actually a pretty interesting matchup. With these losers bracket matches, you kind of see this thing happen where it's teams that are often pretty evenly matched, more so than a lot of the matchups in the winners bracket. So, I think a lot of this comes down to players like Koba on Team Italy, who I think is the MVP kind of this going in, the MVP candidate for this match. Against the Czech Republic, who have some very decent players in their own right.
Going to be definitely an interesting matchup. We'll be getting into it very shortly, setting the room up, getting the players in and ready to play. We saw a lot of hard rock from the Italian team last week. Some good performances on it, and some good performances across the board, really. We saw them take 3 FCs on Dynasty, which was the smaller circle-sized map, and a lot of 2- or 3-way FCs on pretty much everything else that they played. And on the other side, the Czech Republic, their big performance came DT2 Seysen Spectacle, 230 BPM, streamier pick. They got 3 FCs on it. They ran up against Canada's almost 4-way FC. They couldn't quite edge a point out. Teams are in. We get to see their warm-ups. Czech Republic's first. Introduce the teams again. If you're not familiar with them, the Czech Republic side, we have Swati, Villas, Daichi, Electrovoid, Evident, Neshpi, Bloodbursting, and Kolgar. And on the Italian side, Koba, Spazza, Synchro, Ryuzaki, Hirochi, Caretto, Simone Trapani, and Serpi. We saw every player of the Italian side play in their match last week. And we saw 7 of the 8 on the Czech Republic side. Getting the players into the lobby. I think I've seen this map before, quite aim heavy. Not a specifically mapped warm-up for the Czechs. But quite a fun one, quite a memey one anyway. Teams are in. Daichi, Evident, Kolgar, and Swati are going to be playing this warm-up. We'll see if they mod it. See if they want to warm up. What they want to warm up. Looking forward potentially to the Italian warm-up as well, because they've got Spazza on their team.
Alright, I'm gonna try these audio settings and see if this is any better. And I don't know if it will be, and I apologize if it's really bad one way or the other. We're back. Is this like a little 2-star warm-up thing, or does it get intense, I wonder? Oh, it's... okay. That answers that question.
I didn't want to say anything.
That answers that question.
Kiruchi taking easy. Lots of circles on the screen at the same time, but the overall difficulty is lower. The circles are bigger. You see some hidden on Daichi and Swati. Everyone, I think, taking no mods, just the no fail.
I guess we can see, like, how good everyone's aim is with a warm-up like this, right? See if their aim is warmed up and ready to go? Probably
Possibly a warm-up for No Mod 1, although No Mod 1, of course, has streams in it.
I was gonna say, this No Mod 1 isn't really that No Mod 1-y. Like, it's kind of not a traditional No Mod 1 pick, which is super cool. It's nice to see.
It's not boring.
Yeah, it's nice to see something that's not a 4-minute long anime No Mod 1. We shouldn't flame too much, it's just kind of this meme of No Mod 1, I guess.
No
well,
Mod 1,
this is a
very...
warm-up, I guess.
Yeah, No Mod 1 very well known in the community tournaments as just an anime consistency pick. And of course, it might be, or it might seem a little bit more boring than the other picks, but it's a necessary skill to test. Because it's a good test of your basic skills, and to compensate for that, it is very slightly harder than the rest of the pool. You will tend to see No Mod 1 being the harder pick in the map pool.
Hey, this is a love map. This actually has a leaderboard and everything. And it's a Setia 7-star map, so I guess we probably know what to expect for this one.
We'll get through those warm-ups and get into the bands.
This is a very long warm-up as well. This is like 5 minutes long, so this will be a pretty lengthy anime warm-up. I guess, you know, we're talking about not having an anime No Mod 1, so they just said, hey, let's pick an anime warm-up instead.
Yeah, you gotta meet your daily quota of anime. It's almost law for an OSU player, unfortunately. And let's get into it. Looks like it's a flat 7 stars. And it looks like everyone playing No Mod. Slight connection issue on Electro Void. Good showcase of the, as I said, baseline skills. The No Mod 1, the consistency pick in this map pool, very slight, well, a little bit easier than this pick. Although maybe consistently more difficult. This might have jump spikes in it, might have difficulty spikes in the choruses. Cobra on that stack. I'm not sure whether that was a cursor dance or just a shake. He was tracing the outside of the circle. If that was a cursor dance, that was impressive. If that was him shaking, that's even more impressive that he managed to hit the stack. So looking at the picks for these two teams, they cross over in a couple of places. There was, I think, 3 crossovers, if I'm not mistaken. They both played Hidden 2. They both played Hard Rock 2. And they both played Free Mod 1. So the more interesting picks in the mod pools, the AR8 Hidden, the smaller circles, Hard Rock 2. And Unagi Bow, which was Free Mod 1, slightly faster. Awkward aim Delis pick. So a set of well-rounded teams. We saw a very good performance from Italy on Hard Rock 3, oh, Hard Rock 2, sorry. They actually got 860k average on it. Which is one of at least the top 5 scores on that map alone. Of course, as I said, for the Czech Republic, they had a big score on DT2. A lot of talent on either side in different places, which is going to be interesting. The points might suggest the points might be one-sided, but there's going to be a lot of point trading if these teams know what they're good at, or even know what their opponent is slightly weaker at, and they can capitalize on. Let's watch this warm-up start to come to its conclusion. We have Italy in the lead, but not by too much, actually. And what I don't think is an FC, but is very close on Villa, is a very impressive score from him on this warm-up. 7 stars, remember. That score's nothing to shrug at. 845k. Relatively consistent 400 to 500 on the rest of the players. We will be getting into some bans and some picks as soon as we get the results of the rolls. course, the lower roll picks who bans first, who bans second, and the higher roll gets to pick who picks first. Have these players been practicing their rolls? Seems like Koba's over-practiced. Dropped the ball a little bit, only got a 22. So Italy will be choosing who bans first. Although, is winning the roll really the outcome that you want? Do you want the lower roll so that you can ban second, you can possibly ban an extra map if the other team decides to ban a map that you were going to ban originally? Second pick for the Czech Republic. So we will be seeing their ban first, but their pick second. What will it be? If I was Czech Republic, I'd be very wary of Hard Rock 2. And they choose to ban it. 3 FCs for Italy. Their strongest performance. The potential for a repeat is off the board. No more small circles for them. The next closest, of course, no mod 5, Hidden 2, but they've got their own gimmicks within them.
Alright, so we're gonna just try this and see. I just went back to everything the same as I had it before. Apologize for my absence.
No worries at all. We'll be seeing their ban come out. If I was Italy, I'd be wary of DT2. But of course, DT2 is different in this pool. It's AR9 instead of the more stamina-heavy AR8 pick from last time. They banned Hidden 2. Interestingly, another crossover for them. One of the ones that Czech Republic actually got the highest score on of the 2 matches. So, another targeted ban. No Hard Rock for Italy, but no Hidden for the Czech Republic, taking their lower approach rate away. These teams have done their research on each other. And it's the Italian pick first. Where do you think they're going to go?
You know, I was going to say before that, I almost am surprised Italy didn't ban a DT, because Czech Republic's best performance overall was on a DT. But as far as where they're going to go, yeah, that is the question.
Czech Republic's best performance, yeah, did lie on DT, but I don't think there's a DT pick in the pool that's quite like it this round.
It's going to be Nomad for the first pick. So we're going to get the Zutomayo track.
Absolute banger.
Yeah, Zutomayo, as far as an artist, has been like a huge discovery for me lately. I hadn't really heard any of their stuff before it got to be popular in OS. Their tracks are just bangers. Zutomayo and Yorushika just should be in every pool, just so we have a really good song to listen.
Yeah, it should make it a rule. If there's a bad song in the map pool, it's banned. Full stop. Teams don't have the choice to pick it. Nah, that wouldn't be fair, would it? Could even be a strategy to pick something that you don't particularly like listening to, but you know the other team absolutely hates, so that they're forced to play it. They have to listen to the song that they hate.
And if the players know that I'm casting and want to trigger me, they can just pick the full version of Suikyo Heaven or Napolitan, and I'll just kind of cry and AFK the map. They don't want too much commentary, Curse. Just make sure to pick one of those 2 maps and you're set. Please, Kano and Force, don't go getting any ideas. Thank you.
We will be
Hey,
getting
look.
into the
Look at
first
me.
match. Daichi, Electrovoid, Neshpi, and Swati against Serpi, Kirochi, Koba, and Synchro. This is the Italian first pick. Humanoid, it's OD8. It's a slight mix between alternatey, streamy. There's a lot of different aspects of play in this one.
I feel like you often see kind of alt picks or slightly more gimmicky type picks coming out from higher seeded teams against lower seeded teams. They're often the more confident ones on those types of maps. So we'll see how this goes for both of these squads here, with this being, as mentioned, Italy's first selection.
No messes up on the intro yet. Strong start for everyone. No accuracy below 99%, but of course it's OD8. Timing windows are large. It is forgiving if you mess up. Might even be possible to move back to the note that you misaimed or didn't tap. There's a lot of forgiveness in this higher OD. We'll be getting into the first chorus. Koba the first miss. Daichi following it up. So trading even misses. Serpi though drops. Czech Republic 3-2. They'll be taking the lead slowly. Daichi missing it again. However, he's already dropped combo. Doesn't matter too much if he misses Serpi, as well as Electrovoid. There is 2 FCs to 2. Koba, 100 combo in the lead of Daichi.
With that
That will be a slight advantage to Italy.
Also, point of order, Swati still with the SS thus far.
Oh, now don't mention that. That's not fair. I told Kano off for this.
He'll be fine. I have faith.
Well, I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Okay, man, it's still 2 FCs to 2. That's the important part here. This one's gonna stay very, very close.
All eyes really on Koba and Daichi. Koba, the 100 combo lead for him. Slight earlier break. Daichi maybe more than one miss. The lead slowly inching its way over to Italy in the second chorus. Of course, it can change very quickly. This is a tough chorus. Daichi misses, drops a big stream. Italy takes the lead straight back. Koba, 600 combo to nothing on Daichi now. Of course, Serpi and Electrovoid mirroring each other, as well as the 2 FCs on either side. Daichi misses again. This will be Italy's...
similar kind of streams. Daichi just losing his way.
This will be Italy's to run away with. About a 40k advantage, but still one more chorus to go. There's still 400,000 points missing from the 1 million cap. Swati's SS is gone.
Synchro? Synchro?
Nah, I think that's still... No, it's not.
This could get very interesting here at the very end.
I thought that was Client, honestly.
Nope. That appears to... Oh, and Serpi breaks as well. The lead over to the Czech Republic.
Swati drops. The big combo on Koba now coming in handy. Right at the end, Swappy and Serpi.
Neshpi still with the FC there.
Into
Is
the
that going to be enough
outro.
to maintain this lead for Czech Republic? This is going to come down to the
The
wire.
lead is looking shaky. The lead's looking like
but
he can
Serpi
go either way.
breaks again.
Serpi misses again. He has the lower combo though. The bigger combos on Italy are the ones that matter, but it won't be enough. The Czech Republic take a first point break pick.
Huh. That's 11,000 points.
That is 11,000 points.
That's pretty close.
And on the first
say.
pick as well. That is a break point. The Czech Republic take it and put it on their board. And they get the pick next. They are in the lead. We see the FC from Neshpi. 12 100s. 975,000 points for him. Straight into Spring of Dreams. They played well on DT last round. They pick DT again this round, and they've got the confidence. They're playing well today. They know they have one up on Italy.
And that was a very fast pick, so you've got to figure that they're quite confident in this first DT map to try to take that 2-0 lead. If you're Czech Republic, early break point and then consolidating it would be pretty huge.
Spring of Dreams. Similar BPM with the last round pick that Czech Republic played incredibly well on. We have, I think, a similar roster in for it as well. Against Italy, Spazza coming in, Coretto as well. Synchro was in, trades out for Kurochi. Returns back into the lobby. They're looking to break straight back so they can even it up. Make it into a best of 7. Because of course if they lose this, this is a very, very early break point. With how close that last map was, I'm expecting this one to be around about the same. I think it would be a similar story. Of course, I do talk about the DT that Czech Republic performed on last week, but a very different one to this. Similar streams, but a lot more finger control difficulty involved in this one. Lots of doubles, lots of triples. Lots of bursts, into triples, into bursts. Very easy to just mess up a transition. The intro claiming 3 players. 4 players. 3 on the side of Czech Republic. Those early misses, not going to matter too much. Daichi misses again. Players getting settled. Kirochi as well. They will settle into this. Kirochi again. You say players are going to settle in. Daichi, though, Marissa's misses for the Spazza and Coretto, the Italian side, dropping lots of combos. The lead on the Czech Republic now. Neshpi misses again. And Bloodbursting drops his near FC as well as evident. There's no combos left on Czech Republic, but Koba going strong brings the lead back to the Italian side. And can he hold this where it is? Daichi dropping combo again. Nobody managing to settle into this. The Italian side stabilizing now. They've got their combos. And Spazza misses, as well as Bloodbursting. All the trades are going to reset the playing field. Daichi just cannot find a break. Hirochi drops his combo as well as Daichi. Spazza again. And that'll be the end of the map. Kobo with the FC. The real linchpin of his team. Cannot or could not repeat their performance. They came in with a lot of confidence. Quick pick. But they get it taken away from them. and it becomes a best of 7. Italy break back.
And that's...
We can do what you can do.
I'm saying that's kind of what we talked about with, you know, the Koba effect. He comes in as kind of this player for Italy who just has a ridiculous skill cap, and he can perform incredibly well, and he shows it there and carries them to that breakpoint back. So the question is now, 2 break points to start things off. Do you just pick something that you think the other team is good at and that you think you're bad at?
I think that was the thought behind the Italian ban, actually. Hidden 2. They compared their scores on it to the scores from the Czech Republic. Seemingly, anyway, they found that they came out the loser in that situation and decided to put it away. It is their pick. Have they done any more research? We will see. We saw a good performance from Villas on the Czech Republic side on one of the warm-ups. Near FC on a 7-star Setia map. Nothing to scoff at. Possibly knocked the confidence of the Italian side on maybe No Mod 1, No Mod 3 as well.
I kind of want to see No Mod 3 just because it's kind of, it has a little bit of repetitiveness to it, but I think it's a super cool song and pretty nice map. That'd be a fun one to see. I don't know, it feels like teams have been leaning a lot into mod pools. We've seen a lot of mod picks, fewer no mod picks, it seems. Oh, it is going to be another no mod. It's going to be Senko Ranbo, the KTG-ster small circle no mod pick. And if anybody was wondering, on the other match that's currently ongoing, we have Sweden currently leading Turkey 3-1. Turkey just won their first pick as a break point. So I'm not on stream due to reschedules, but can keep updated in between maps here. We see the score update. Meanwhile, over here though, gonna go back to the no mod pool for Italy and see if it pans out a little better than their first no mod pick did.
Senkyo Ranbu. On paper, a slow map, but there's a lot of faster, smaller beat snap patterns. Again, another pick that involves a lot of finger control to change the speed that you're tapping. There's no slider to reset yourself. Prepare for a different rhythm. It is, or it seems to be, only 135 BPM. But you have pretty much every beat snap in this. 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, and also a couple 1/8 triples scattered in.
Now this is a tough little finger control pick. And there's a little bit of controlled aim requirement to it, not just because of the circle size, but because of the way some of these patterns are stacked. As we do see teams getting into the match, looks like Simone Trapani not quite connecting in tourney client, so hopefully we'll be able to get that fixed in the intro here.
And of course, if you're talking about accuracy, the Italian side demonstrated some incredible accuracy in the past.
But that is going to be the early break from Serpy, and his accuracy is a bit lower than perhaps you'd like to see it. 4FC is still going for the Czech side. Don't know if we can maybe get a little panic here to try and get Simone Trapani in. or if we're gonna just be without him for the time being. Alright, there we go.
We'll get him connected.
Excellent.
Everything's settled, and we'll
all 8 players
rejoin
now.
the map, I think, after the intro. Into the main bulk of the map. Mostly slow streams, lots of cut doubles.
Daichi
Missing
with...
just on the
Wow.
outro of the intro.
The ending of the intro?
Suppose
Yeah,
you
I
could
don't-
call that.
Is it the outro of the intro, or is it the intro of the first verse?
Can you call it a verse if there's no lyrics?
Strictly speaking, I'm not sure. You'd have to take that up with somebody more versed, excuse the pun, in music production.
Dear me. Oh.
That was
Come
unintentional.
off it,
I swear to
man.
God, that wasn't even on purpose. I'm so sorry.
Oh. So, looking at the state of the board, we've got 3 FCs on either side. Serpy, 1 miss on the intro, but now has a large combo. Koba, though, being the one to drop for the Italian side. Daichi follows up, but he had the lower combo on the Czech Republic side. It's not going to matter too much that he's gone. There is still 3 FCs, and 2 now on Italy's side. The lead slowly ticks. It's on a timer. Czech Republic are on a timer. They've got to keep themselves stable until they take that lead back. Serpy looking strong with that 800 combo, and Kolgar and Daichi both fall apart.
That tough little quad pattern claiming 2 victims. That's going to help Italy as Daichi finds another break. Swati Neshpi.
Coretto, though, follows it up on the Italian side as well as 720, and Serpy, that's all their combos. Koba, the highest combo on the Italian side with 300. 2 FCs still in the Czech Republic. The lead is going to tick. They're still on a timer. They're about to get into the outro, which goes back to the same sort of patterning as the intro. Lots of 1/3 patterns. The lead is in the Czech Republic side.
And that's going to end up being unassailable here pretty quickly with how long those 2 combos are, with them both being FCs. The other 2 continuing to... Oh, Swati
Not
loses
quite.
his...
Swati's gone. Neshpi's still
Is
on
there
his
enough
FC
time?
into the outro. He misses.
Everyone breaks! I think they managed
Koba,
to get enough lead. This
it's
is going
not
to come down to the
quite.
last second. Wow.
That's a 3rd breakpoint. Breakpoint after breakpoint. Each team just can't quite lock out their own pick. 1 miss for Coretto, and S rank for Koba. It was a slider break for him. Neshpi 2 misses on the outro. But the big combos from him and Swati, deciding factor in this pick, give them what is in this match a 3rd breakpoint. And again, they're in control. They get to choose what the next map is.
I'm telling you, man, just pick a map that you think the other team is good at, because clearly picking maps that you think you're good at is not working. Pick like it's the other team's selection. Just all these break points. I mean, where do you even go now, right? You win the finger control map, you win the alt map. What kind of falls along those lines that Czech Republic could lean into here?
You know what does fall across those lines?
Free mod number 1?
I was going to say hidden 1, but this maybe also... You could say this is fast at 215, I think, BPM.
Yep, 215, that is correct.
Or you could say that it's slow, because there's a lot of single taps in it. There's bursts here and there, but they're all stacked. There's 1 or 2 streams in the map. Don't go above 9 notes. All in all, it's not massively different from the 2 maps that the Czech Republic have won.
Side note, Sweden has taken a 4-1 lead, are now on match point against Turkey. We have a little break in the action here in between maps. pretty big win for Sweden on the Vutalotome Nomad #1. As they look to advance in the losers bracket. Meanwhile, back over here, players getting settled in, deciding on their mods for free mod #1.
And of course, free mod rules, you need a hidden only. You can't mix the hidden with a hard rock, it has to be hidden only. As Taiwan found out in the last match. You have to have a hard rock as well, and that can be mixed with hidden. You can take hidden hard rock, but what has to be present is a hidden only, as well as a hard rock mixed with any other mod. You can overmod as well. Not a requirement to only have 2 mods. We saw in the very first match of the tournament even, Finland taking a hidden only and 3 hidden hard rocks. And I think even winning on that point.
Finland lost 5-0, so they did not win that point. But it was an early overmod. I believe
I should have
Spain,
known that. I was
however,
casting that.
Spain won their point against Poland on a free mod that they overmodded, if memory serves. So if you want an example of that working out, I believe that would be one such.
Might have even been the overmod that saved them. I think while I was doing notes for that match, the Polish side had an FC, and I don't think the Spain side actually had an FC on that. But that's a different match. That's not this one. This one is Czech Republic versus Italy on a bunch of samples played consecutively. We get to see who takes mods. It looks like 1 mod each for the Italian side.
So they're gonna run 1 hidden and 3 hard rocks for Italy. Meanwhile, the Czech Republic running 2 hard rock, 1 hidden, 1 nomad. So Neshpi, very good performance on the last map, and he's going to be their nomad, kind of that rock. You want to see the nomad player do very well on free mod picks. And he finds really great
complimenting people.
I swear to God.
Be quiet. If you ever needed proof that the caster curse is real, there it is. It's happened every time. Just stop saying nice things.
Right.
Be the bad caster.
Sucks. They're all awful.
That's better. Now everyone's going to FC.
Of course, no flame, no flame, no flame. Flame is lame. But that is Swati finding a miss.
Big agree.
Viola's with a miss as well at some point early on? Did we miss that occurring? Did I miss that occurring?
I think it was a very early miss. It's not going to matter too much. It's about as much as maybe a 3% accuracy drop is going to lose you in score. It's not overly impactful in the grand scheme of things. We're seeing 3 FCs on the Italian side. Seeing Electrovoid as well. Kova drops again. He had already missed, but he was building up a 300-400 combo on that hidden. He's, of course, their mixed skill set player. Can play pretty much everything. We see him in a lot of community tournaments. Synchro, the first miss for him. 2 FCs.
Well, Viola's, though, finding a break, and that was a pretty big combo since he missed so early on.
Electrovoid following up. There's no FCs on the Czech Republic side now. Neshpi, as you said, they're no mod rock. Spaza and Kirochi as well, finding the misses. Koba, the 200 combo on him is the highest on the Italian side, and Neshpi has a chance to take it to the Czech Republic if he can hold on. He's on a timer, though. We're about a quarter of the way from the end of the map. And this is where the difficulty spikes up very slightly. It's tough to FC this ending. Need to keep focus, and of course the other 3 players need to keep their focus as well, keep their combos. Kurochi misses. The lead is slowly ticking towards the Czech Republic. Kova holding strong, 400 combo. Velas misses again, but 200 combo on Swati and Electrovoid is going to keep the lead ticking back to the Czech Republic. Kurochi and Electrovoid shade misses, but that's a 200 combo gone. It doesn't look like there's enough time anymore for Neshpi to take it back for the Czech Republic side.
Neshpi almost almost doing it. That
50K.
one break at the very beginning. That one break at the very beginning proved to be his undoing. As Italy, that's 4 straight break points. Italy pulling it back once again.
And it's their pick. Neither team blocking out their picks. Could it have been the overmod? Could it have been the extra mods for the Czech Republic? But of course, if they'd have taken the point, could it have been the extra mods for the Italian side? We won't know.
It's so tough. I mean, literally Neshpi FCing instead of that one break at the beginning, or one change from one player anywhere. It's that close. We do have a final score, I think. By the way.
Oh, go on.
Just real quick, Sweden closing things out 5-1 over Turkey. So they're moving on in the losers bracket. Saw a quick final there. So congratulations to the Swedish squad. Quick note on that one as we move back over to this as Italy's next pick is in.
They will be taking the Hard Rock Canada Shadrin remix. Big Hard Rock players. They saw... Well, we saw 3 Hard Rocks from them on the free mod. They're warm now. They're ready for this Hard Rock. Czech maybe as well. They took 2. We'll see how they stack up. Smaller circles. Not quite as small as CS 6.5. It is only, I think, 5.2. OD10. So there is a big accuracy requirement. Players switching out. We don't have the same roster in. Koba going from Hidden to Hard Rock. We'll see how he adjusts.
You've got to figure, sooner or later, somebody is going to win their own pick, right? It has to happen eventually.
Not necessarily. It could be a case of picking things that...
break points?
It could happen. But of course, maybe it'll be 6 breakpoints and 2 wins on their own pick. Breakpoint is usually the more uncommon of the 2. It's tough to get a point on your opponent's pick because your opponent is going to be picking maps that they think they can win. And yet, so far, neither team have converted.
Maybe it'll be now. As we get into Hard Rock number 1, maybe Italy can, at long last, convert on their own pick here.
You'd have to think as well, there's a lot of practicing that goes into tournaments. Could they have practiced the maps that they're picking, gotten really good scores and said, yeah, we can do this, and then psyched themselves out completely? Thinking, we can win, we just have to play well, and possibly going on a mini tilt. Thinking, yeah, we could do this. Oh no, we're not doing it. Very, very big mental game in these matches.
You know, and there's that concern of, like, over-practicing and things, too. If you play a map too many times, sometimes people can have bad results from that. You see 2 early breaks from Czech Republic here, though. Vilas and Bloodbursting. Ryuzaki missing.
On the other side, though. Yeah, Ryuzaki drops his combo in return. Bloodbursting as well. Not quite settling into this. We're getting to the cores. Daichi, the first miss for him. 1 HC left on the Czech Republic side. Ryuzaki trading the miss and Spazza following him up, but also trading with Bloodbursting at the same time.
We've got Synchro and Koba.
Koba,
Vila's missing as well, so it's Synchro with the FC for Italy, Electrovoid the FC for Czech Republic. A lot of breaks in this map, more than I would expect early on in this particular pick.
We have mirrors for pretty much every combo on the board. It's almost a stalemate right now. All to do with accuracy. But the bigger combos, the longer combos lasted on Italy. They have the lead, and it's not going to be going anywhere. Ryuzaki misses again. Now there's no mirror. Bloodbursting, though, follows it up. Very slight advantage to Italy. Ryuzaki misses again, but it still exists. Spazza, the 100 or so combo that he's got over Daichi, over Villas, but he drops it. That's gone. 200 combo on Spazza is the only one left. Trying to back up Synchro, but Electrovoid misses as well as Daichi. 300 for Villas is all that's left, and getting into the outro that will end it.
That break from Electrovoid, their last kind of hope with his FC still alive. So Italy will win a pick of their own, backed by the FC from Synchro. Take a 3-2 advantage.
It finally happens! We finally get a team that wins on their own pick. At last. Lots of slider breaks for Daichi.
And now, the pressure is fully on the Czech Republic.
Oh wow, that was a good accuracy from Koba, actually. 4 100s, 150 and a miss. 99.44 on a hard rock map like that. That's tough to match. Very impressive. Pick will be in the Czech side. This is the first time I think that they've been behind. Just by virtue of getting that first breakpoint, getting the second breakpoint, they've only ever been level. And now they're behind. Now they've got to make a pick that they know they can win. Because before, with breakpoints, yeah, you take the breakpoint, maybe you can throw a curveball, you can pick something maybe you might not be too confident in, because there's always tiebreaker. If you lose the point, if the gamble doesn't pay off, you could always take it to 4-4 and take tiebreaker. But they're behind. So now they've got to even it up.
Do you maybe go to the DT pool? Do you go?
They could try again.
Or Kitsune no Yomeri?
The pick that I'm expecting, or most expecting, would be Kitsune. DT3. It's very similar in style, I suppose hesitate to say, but it kind of is. It's slightly faster, not quite as old-styled, but still quite old. They do take Halloween of the Dead, though. This one relatively similar to Fortin Field from last time. Higher approach rate, but this time, higher again. AR9. Very similar. Linear. Slightly more awkward aim, not just back and forth. 1-2 triangle. You're going to make sure you're moving your cursor in the right direction. A lot of linear aim patterns as well. See it in the intro. I think we'll see a few misses in the intro. As well as on the same patterns that appear later on. Linear 3-note.
This is, of course, that very important point in the match, right? Two points to 3. Czech Republic loses this. Italy has those match points and their own pick to come. They win it. We go to 3-all. We have a best of 3 on our hands. So this one, nerves can start to play a factor as you get later and later into the match here.
Of course, yeah. Italy being behind earlier in the match, it's not too much of an unfavorable position for them. As you said, they still have a few picks left up their sleeve. They still have more opportunities to break point back. Try and level the playing field, but now the later stages. We see no misses in the intro. It's very easy to catch people there. Those linear patterns.
A little bit of advantage early to Italy here. That accuracy of Koba and Synchro, up over 99% for both of them. Daichi, though, for his part, matching that act.
We're not quite in the chorus. Here we go. You want to be sure with your aim on this. It's 10.3, so faster than Hard Rock. Not an approach rate that you can get on a normal map. You have to have approach rate 9 DT to get this approach rate. This is AR9, 1.5 times faster.
And it's staying very close. The first break coming from Vila's on the Czech Republic just at the end of the first Ki, so that is going to be the lead going a little bit more over in favor of Italy.
It was, I think, a slider break. Coretto matches it now slightly to Czech Republic on combo, but the accuracy keeps it in Italy's favor. The slight extra drawn out combo on Coretto gives them a rather big point advantage. Getting into the second chorus. And still, we're stalemated. We're about 50k in the lead for Italy. The accuracy for them, keeping them in it. The lead is very, very slowly going to creep over to Czech Republic, but it's going to quickly change. Koba drops his FC. There's 2 to 3. Czech Republic is going to be looking to bring this back to them, and we're seeing, again, a repeat. 3 FCs on the DT pick. DT2 seems to be their magic mod slot. Coretto, Villa's holding strong. And again, yeah, like we say, they're on a timer. Points don't go down very fast. Villa's drops, but it is still 3 FCs to 2 and 1 high combo. Coretto holding strong, trying to keep his team in it. They're breathing down the necks of the Czech Republic, but the Koba and Coretto both miss. Still 3 FCs to 2, and it looks like they're going to drag it in their favor just far enough. Bloodbursting misses. However, all that does is even it up. Secure the lead for them. 3.8 million points to the Czech Republic. And 3.6 on Italy. That could have been enough to beat many other teams, but not quite the Czech Republic. 99.4% on Daichi, his best performance of the match by far. We see Neshpi and Bloodbursting, the very, very strong combo for him. Just a slight slip up at the end, maybe missing a repeat slider. Slider breaks his combo, but it was enough.
This is a Czech Republic team that is just refusing to go away here in this match. It was right there for the taking for Italy on that, attempting to get a break point for a match point, but it almost feels like a break point when both teams win their own pick instead of when they lose it. It's all tied up 3 to 3.
And now I was saying about this being an incredibly heavy mental game. Will that boost their confidence? They've won on DT2 again after losing DT1 earlier in the match. What is this going to do to their confidence? But of course, Italy taking their own pick on Hard Rock. What's that going to do to their confidence? Both teams, they know they can win their own picks now. They know they have the ability to break the other team. 2 breakpoints each at the start of this match. So neither team is going to want to go to tiebreaker. It's going to be a big, big push to try and take a 5-3 victory.
We may even get to see something that new here, and we've got Nomad 1, we've got Kodama, we've got Kitsune no Yomeri. Like, we've got some maps that we really haven't seen yet in our matches today. So I'm interested in seeing Hidden 1, Shinsekai.
Oh,
true. I forgot that is available as well, the remaining hidden pick.
We saw Italy picking Humanoid and Senkyo Ranbu. It's a very similar map in terms of style. Can the Czech Republic read Hidden better than Italy can? We saw them ban Hidden 2, Italy, because they had the lower score than Czech Republic did in the last round. Was that just approach rate 8 Hidden though? Shinsekai, of course, I think AR 9.2.
And Italy will go to free mod 2. It's going to be Immortal Philosophy, the longest map in the pool, other than the tiebreaker. And of course, a Jonesin, better known as Evil Elvis. Free mod pick.
Now this one, very similar in style to Free Mod 1 from last time, Unagi Bo. Lots of awkward aim, nothing standard in this really. There's a lot of reading traps. You can get incredibly caught out by some of them. Things that look like triples, but are actually quads. Very, very easy to miss a note, misread a rhythm. Place your cursor just to the left, just to the right, maybe above or below. Because you think it can't be that wide of an angle, but it is. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of hard rocks. I think we're going to see exactly the same, maybe one less hard rock on the side of Czech Republic, but I think we'll see exactly the same for Italy. 3 hard rocks, 1 hidden, and I think the hidden will be on Cobra again.
I feel like that's such a tough decision to make too. You have, the player who is typically, your best player. I would think of Kobo is probably Italy's strongest performer. Do you put him on the least comfortable mod because he can probably do on it, or do you put him on something that's a little more comfy and expect an FC? It looks like it's going to be the hard
hidden
rock.
On Swati. We see hard rock on Electrovoid. Hard rock on Cobra and Synchro, and hidden on Serpy.
So we had a couple of nomads. Bloodbursting, Kolgar.
1 less hard rock for each
Kiroshi.
side. Playing it slightly safer, but still wanting that extra point advantage. If it does go to a 4-way FC, 2 nomads, 1 hidden, 1 hard rock would, in theory, tie it up, make it an accuracy battle, but the extra hard rock will make the difference for Italy if the accuracy is there. We'll see as we get through this intro into the map.
Electrovoid with the early break as well as Bloodbursting, neither of them making it even to the first verse, but Synchro finding a break for Italy and his act dropping quite low.
It's not going to be even. It's quite a common theme in this match, seemingly, of 2 full combos to 3, this time on the Italian side. Serpy drops his FC. Does mean that the combo lead will belong to the Czech Republic as they go into second verse.
And the lead is just
Small
going
accuracy
back
drops.
and forth with Ack. 2 FCs to 2. Combo lead still on that Czech Republic side.
Nobody quite caught out by the reading traps yet. Everyone's done their practice, of course. You did mention over-practicing. It can be very easy to over-practice some of these rhythms. You think too hard about them.
Bloodbursting, the linear pattern got him.
This does mean the advantage belongs to Italy. Serpy with the 200 combo, but Kirachi drops his FC. 2 FCs to 1 now for the Czech Republic. They're in the driving seat. Are they going to look to take another break point? It's too early to call. We're only halfway through.
Kolgar both break on that awkward angled stream. Italy's going to try to jump on that advantage.
We have got Synchro building up a 500 combo. Serpy following, and Bloodbursting drops.
Oof.
Swati staying strong. Anchoring his team in the match.
It's a big lead now, though, for Italy in combo. They've got Koba still FCing, Synchro, Serpy with long combos as well. And Kiroshi matching the next longest combo from the Czech Republic.
Serpy does drop, as well as Synchro.
So does Synchro.
Bloodbursting follows it up. However, there's another 200, a 100 combo on Czech Republic side, matching Kiroshi's. It will be a bit of a stalemate. The lead isn't going to move anywhere for now. But that could change very, very quickly in this. The last chorus. Are we going to see any misses? Of course, we saw in the last match people falling apart at the end, losing their focus, dropping their combos when it really mattered at the end. We're getting into the last 8. It's coming down to the wire, and there's still only 100k in it. 30k missing. Serpy drops his combo again. It's not going to matter too much. They are in the lead. They're in the combo lead.
And Koba and Swati still both FCing. I think at this point, it's going to be pretty much decided in favor of Italy. Kirochi with the 600 plus combo, Koba with the FC. This one was about as back and forth as it can be until that last Ki. Looks like it's going to be Italy.
Koba drops.
Koba losing his FC, but so late that it's not going to make a difference. That's going to be Italy. 4-3 ahead by just under 200,000 points.
Was a good pick for them. It was a slider break for Koba right at the end, matching Swati's accuracy, but you can see the slight score advantage even with the slightly lower combo. That's what Hard Rock will do to you over Hidden. And they have the match point. They have to break the Czech Republic pick. If they can. Will we see 2 break points for each team and 2 of their own points? Could it be a pattern? Or will Italy say, nah, we do what we want? We'll have to see. The Czech Republic picking Nomad 1!
We have a Nomad 1 sighting. Ladies and gentlemen, get your warning emotes out in the chat. It is Nomad 1 time.
This one not as typical as your usual Nomad 1 pick. There's streams. There's accelerating streams. There's awkward angle jumps. Doubles. If you approach it like a normal Nomad 1 pick, normal consistency, Resident Sleeper, you're gonna lose focus very, very quickly. Mess up. It is 6.6 stars. I think the highest star rating map in the pool.
It is indeed, and that's by about 0.2 margin over the tiebreaker and Hard Rock 1, both around 6.4 stars. This is
it's going to be a big aim test.
It's and like like we've been saying whenever we discuss this map pool, it's a Nomad 1 that is not quite what we're used to seeing, either as spectators or as players.
And this is actually a very interesting pick. We saw 2 Nomad maps being picked for the warm-ups. Warming up aim, warming up higher star rating patterning. We saw Vilas on the Setia warm-up that I think Italy picked. 7-star near FC at the start of this match. Can he hold his nerve on something 0.4 stars lower? Carry his team. Of course, there are other very talented players on each roster, but just judging by performance that we've seen, he might be the one to watch. Koba, Synchro, Neshpi, Electrovoid Evident, Hirochi, Simone Trapani also in. Any one of these players could make the difference.
You want to see if Koba can keep up the momentum from his performance on the last map, only just slider breaking at the very end, but Neshpi has looked super good in this match so far. There's, like you said, there's a lot of players that could make the difference in this pick, whether or not we maybe see our first tiebreaker of the entire tournament.
It will be the
or
first.
If Italy can close this out.
First of the bracket stage. We didn't see a tiebreaker last week. As much as we wanted to in maybe the France-Sweden match, the Italy-Indonesia match, wasn't to be. The intro hits.
And this intro immediately lets you know that it is not a standard Nomad 1 by any means, as we see multiple breaks before we even get to the first burst.
2 players on either side getting through it with a combo. And again, combos get mirrored. You see one person break on one side, it's almost a shoo-in that someone else is going to break on the other side of the field. We see mirrored combos on Synchro and Electro Void, and mirrored combos on Evident Simone Trapani. So it will be a very, very slight advantage to the Czech Republic, but mostly in accuracy.
And everybody makes it through that first big jump section into the first Ki.
Electro Void, though, breaks very early on. It's a long map, this one. There's about 1,600 combo in this map. We're only 500 in. You can kind of tell how far through we are the map by the scores on the FC players. Koba drops. Electro Void mirrors him, but that does mean that there's no mirror anymore.
Ooh, some more and Electro Void all breaking on that same stream.
And Neshpi drops his FC. Now this is just Evident on the side of the Czech Republic. Kirochi holding strong. The final FC left on the board. Oh, but does drop.
There it is.
My bad. Sorry.
Curse. So
Whoops.
Synchro, the only real combo anywhere. No, excuse me. Evident. We may have had a client. Was there a client lag? Evident is still comboing for the Czech Republic. So it's gonna be Evident versus Synchro here, and Kirochi did not break either. His FC is still alive. So a couple little client slip-ups here. So you have a couple of combos on the side of Italy, and one on the side of the Czech Republic. I believe we're going to be without Bubbleman for a minute here. He's having a little PC problem, so we'll try to keep this going as Kirochi finds a couple of misses. Simone Trapani and Neshpi trading breaks. It is going to be Evident and Synchro with the combos, one on either side. Villas is trying to come back, as is Koba, establishing himself back over 500 combo. So it's going to be that advantage from Koba's longer combo over Vila's. Villas on the Czech Republic side. Simone Trapani and Electro Void, that's going to be a mirrored break. All eyes on the middle 2 top row players here. Evident versus Synchro, the 2 longest combos still alive. So you see Villas breaking once again. Italy going to try to run away with this one a little bit here in the last quarter of the map. Czech Republic, though, looking to stay alive as best they can. Synchro, though, still on that almost 1,600 combo. Evident not far behind him, but Villas breaking once again. That might have done it. Italy looks to be able to close this match out on Nomad 1. Simone Trapani finding a break in the end streams. Koba finding a break as well. Synchro and Evident both still alive. This is pretty amazing stuff from those 2 players. But at the end, it's going to be Italy, backed by Synchro and his massive 1,850 combo. Italy will close it out. They will be the victors here, 5-3 over the Czech Republic. So we will not get to see our first tiebreaker of the World Cup 2019. We are instead going to see Italy finishing it off. They will be moving on in the losers bracket.
Very tight match, that one.
That was about as back and forth as you can imagine, once again, with the breakpoint, 4 straight breakpoints, then a couple 1 points. Then Italy manages to close it out with a breakpoint win. So they will move on in the losers bracket to the losers round 2, where they will face the Netherlands. So we got to see both of those teams, and then immediately they'll be matched up in the next round in a week. that one will be an interesting match. And that's gonna do it for our block here, as we see Taiwan taking down the Netherlands and Italy taking out the Czech Republic, ending their World Cup hopes. Italy staying alive another week. And we will have...
Very good run by the Czech Republic boys.
That was honestly...
I'm very impressed by that match.
Yeah,
that was a great match to cast.
For a team that came in without much hype, the Czech Republic put on a very strong performance against Italy. I had absolutely nothing to feel bad about there. They performed quite well. Italy just a little stronger on a couple of picks that made all the difference. I believe next, in about 45 minutes time, we are going to see pre-tournament favorites #1 seed coming out of qualifiers, the United States, in their round of 16 winners bracket matchup against France. That should be an interesting match. I think the United States, dropping a point to Turkey in the first round.
Yeah, they've shown they're not infallible.
France, on paper, has a quite strong roster. United States, though, hard to bet against.
Indeed. It was a very, very, I think possibly the closest match of the round of 32 stage for France-Sweden.
Yeah, that 5-3.
The only upset as well, so...
Yeah, that's 17 over 16 seed, technically speaking, an upset, So... I think we're going to get to see Azer and Monko commentating that one. Again, 45 minutes for that match to come on. For now, I think we are going to drop out until we're back for the next match. So congratulations to our winners here so far today in our matches, Taiwan, Italy, and Sweden. Thank you all for watching. I've been this one guy.
And I've been Bubbleman.
And we'll see you all for the next match. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a little